Well, welcome to another garden vlog, and I hate kind of doing bad news and failures and stuff like that on video. I would not exactly call this particular thing a failure, but what I will say is that this avocado, this Brazos Bell, which struggled in one of the droughts, then we hit another drought even though it survived. Got a little bit of rain for 3 or 4 days and it perked up just a little bit, and we went directly back into another drought. And despite having, a bucket or so of water here we're putting here every day or two, it just doesn't seem like enough. So there's green on that trunk there. Whether or not it makes it, it's not in the heat of the summer yet, the hottest part. So it looks like that is a most likely failure. Not only that, but I think our Fantastic is either dead or dying as well. So 2 out of the 3 grafted avocados look like they're dying. And the other one that we planted in that toxicity island, we call it, which was kind of directly in the ground, but there had been years and years of burning, before I got to it. Years of putting limbs and leaves and raking up piles of organic material there, that, maybe it just allowed it to have that extra amount of moisture around the roots and stuff. And these mycorrhizal beds here just weren't mature enough. It might take a few years to get that density and moisture holding ability, especially in a drought. Now, this was my Japanese raisin tree. And, this is the wettest area of our property, that being the fence, property line fence of this lowest area. And it was in a tire. Never took the tire out. But it was like 8 or 9 foot tall. I did a scratch test around the root area. There was a little bit green, but I highly doubt it's going to come back. So that was like 10-year plus old tree. And for the size versus the age of it, it probably was a good indicator that it just wasn't happy here anyway. I think that you have to have a little bit of luck with avocados. We'll go back to the avocados. Planting them in the ground and having 2 immediate droughts, within about a year or so of each other. That just, you can't control Mother Nature. And I had a drip system on that Fantastic avocado. That was the Brazos Bell, remember? When I seen the leaves were stressed, I watered it deep several times, and it looks like chances are it's a goner. So even though there was a little drip there to keep the soil moist, it was probably too late. And this is another tree that we lost this year, and we tried to air layer it. This was an orange. I don't know what kind of cultivar it was, but I think it was planted around 1992. So it probably would have been between a 2 and a 5-year-old plant. In 92, it produced probably thousands of oranges over the years. But maybe about 5 years ago, we seen cracks in it, in the trunk and the bark. We seen a lot of die-off. Sometimes we would have smaller than normal fruits on it. And the last couple of years, it just didn't have many fruit at all. And it was alive like 3 or 4 months ago, barely. So we tried to air layer, 3 air layers. There's 2 shown there. And it was just too late to try to salvage it. You can see the bark was just gone. Just dry. No sap flowing up there. But there was 3 or 4 little tiny limbs that were alive. But there may not have been any sap flowing from the bottom. It might have just been using its last little bit of energy reserves up there on the top of the tree, and then they died. Seen or heard the question over the years, you know, doesn't a fruit tree, an orange tree, ever pay off? A lot of times that depends. Sometimes it doesn't, or it pays off very little, you know, over a long period of time. But in this case, you know, we've sold oranges. We give many away to neighbors, friends, family. And, yeah, this tree was probably $5 or $8 in '92. And you can't buy, you know, 3,000 or 4,000 oranges, not even in back then, for, you know, $10. So it paid off majorly. It's just sad because I've never seen a tree produce as much as this one. Now, if this is true to seed, there are random seedlings like that guy there. Some of them we are going to just grow out and see what happens. We may have 3 or 5 of those guys, and we may have, you know, 15 or 30 just growing randomly around here. Some of them we've tried to do grafting with and didn't have a lot of luck with grafting. I think over the years I've gotten one graft to take, a cleft graft, and I guess I was just lucky because I did like 20 or 30 of them and one took. But we lost that tree for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. So we have nothing but seedlings, potential seedlings of that tree here. I thought that this Chinting persimmon was dead, but there are some buds here, right there. So it's coming back. That was the persimmon that got hit with that tree, and it started drooping, and then rain or water and it would look good, look, and then, you know, when I seen it the other day, I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks like it's dead. But it's definitely got some new buds forming on the ironwood, so that's at least, it looks like it's going to try to recover. Whether it does or not, I don't know. I think it is. A few of the things, there's still big question marks. Did this cutting or that cutting make it? Did this graft, that graft, or you know, so on and so forth? Are they going to pull through, or are they going to fail? So we still don't have the answers to all of that yet, you know, and it could be 2 weeks, another month, and hopefully we're going to eventually call it, you know, and say we don't think it's going to make it. Let's just say it's dead. I forgot to mention that second red sun hawthorn, Chinese hawthorn, that we grafted without wrapping the parafilm is confirmed dried out now. You know, it passed the scratch test for like a month, and it looked like maybe it was going to do something, even though it looked bad too. So it finally just dried out, and I think I confirmed it yesterday or the day before, and I just said, okay, that's it. It's not going to do it. I know it's been a while since I've posted any updates, but it's very hard to get time. And yes, my camera on my particular iPhone is still broken. I haven't replaced it. I don't know if it's worth fixing, you know, versus getting a new phone or camera. So I've been having to borrow this, and it's creating some tension, you know. Hey, can I use it? And the kids are using it, and yeah, they want to do Khan Academy and YouTube, and they got like a Bible adventure game or something as well. So everybody wants to use Mama's phone. Let's cross our fingers and hope that we have some better news, better luck for the rest of the season. This drought isn't, you know, it wasn't fun last year, and this drought we're in now, it's not fun now. It's definitely played a part in potentially killing quite a few plants. All right, guys, I think that's it. You know, I did a video a while back, and I said, I think that comfrey's fixing to bloom, but now I don't see any fireheads. Did they fall off, or did I just think it was blooming and it wasn't actually going to, and it's just pushing new growth instead? I don't know. but it's looking nice finally in this hugel bucket here. And here's you an invasive Cuban tree frog, I believe, to end this video with. Take care, guys.